from Salt Lake City, Utah. It's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports.
Joey Slice.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
Before the game, when I said hello to him, I tried to give him a little dap, but he wouldn't give me any, and I thought he was snubbing me. Then I realized he's keeping all that flame to himself. How about the week he had last week? AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
2nd and 4.
And he stopped immediately there.
Number 21.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They're going to look to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
To T.J. Hockenson.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 3 catches, 63 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Dancing to his left. He'll run it. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Going to give this time to the tailback. And past the 35, will be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really, they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back.
That's caught. Touchdown. Michael Gallup, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, there you go, Charles, his first touchdown pass of the new season.
Well, let's just go back to his rookie year, because he's able to get his feet wet, right, get a little bit of experience. Now I think here in year 2, the game will slow down for him, and we'll see his true talents come out.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Daniel Carlson on for the point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. The extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
I think his task in this game is really simple. Eliminate the turnovers. He threw 2 interceptions last week. I can't believe I led with that because he had 3 touchdown passes.
Right.
So there's a lot of good that he did. But he's got to take care of the ball better. The ball has to go to guys wearing the jerseys that they're wearing this week, not the opposition.
They'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete.
Complete.
The numbers for Smith-Schuster in that game last week. 6 catches, 55 yards.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit. And this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
More on the tackle. 2 yards on the play. First down, Steelers.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Back to throw now on first down. Hitting Juju on the slant. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
First and 10. At their own 20.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Sliding out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He may try and run for this. Able to make made something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Flyers 7, Steelers nothing.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the counter, Gurley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get his running game going.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll drop to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Josh Allen picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs. They covered well. Allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Now on now is the punter as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw, and that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Now here's Here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Cameron Hayward able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And they'll send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Seven yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
The 34-yard line.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Josh Allen able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So they bring out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward. It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take...
Pressure comes, and down he goes. But Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
And it's third down. 3rd and 15.
Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Tyler Newsome now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Returnable for Lockett. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. And you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. They found it. It's on the ground. And the defense will get their hands on it. Go the other way. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. Now with signaling a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this from 34. The kick by Carlson is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
Flyers 10. Steelers nothing.
So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
Take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief there when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the...
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They scored on a 36-yard punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Josh Allen, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They run. It's Gurley. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
42-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better with 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The Steelers ready to take over on offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at its 2nd down.
At the 21.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
And a throw there going to be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the 2nd half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Punt, 6 yards on the return.
Guys take over 1st and 10.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent. Just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader. Making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now it's Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Brought down.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll set up a throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Back to throw. Rolling to his right. He can run for and loose football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They're running with Gurley. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Todd Gurley unable to get it past the line. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves. And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Short little throw to Ebron. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And the Steelers on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter's telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. They'll look to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And 3 at the 13.
2nd and 3. And that is caught. What a grab at the 8. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
At the 8-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 8 yards out, and the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. Out comes Michael Gallup and company as they take the field. He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
But look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right.
Agreed.
7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards.
Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
And 8 yards to go.
Rolling to his left. He may try and run for this. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. When you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Fighting to stay upright, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. A throw over the middle, taken in, and he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask.
Defense.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Out of the gun is Minshew. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. That's complete, right around the 8. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And it's caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
To Eric Ebron. A gain of 7 brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
There it is, partner. You see it. 4 fingers. What does that mean?
4 fingers. That signifies the 4th quarter's here.
That's right. Who's going to dominate? Usually both teams are holding them up. We own the 4th quarter, what we found out so far. 2 touchdowns here, and now they've taken the lead.
Yeah, 2nd one putting them in front. You know what I see on the other sideline, though? It seems like they've tensed up. Had that lead, they were playing not to lose it, and they've lost it.
That's a great observation. When you play not to lose, you usually don't win.
Now, though, they'll have the opportunity to respond. Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They're throwing on first down and completing it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 13-yard pickup as the downs reset. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 38.
Now he'll pull it down. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. drop him as that clock continues to run.
Exactly.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. A costly sack. They'll have to use a timeout here. And barring a defensive penalty, they'll be looking at one final play. One final shot. They'll look to throw. It is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it. And this one's over. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for the Steelers, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.